Hey everybody,
Hey guys,
my name's Erica.
I'm Chris.
For those of you who don't know, we kind of want to start like a new channel talking
Yes.
about
Channel.
stuff that that interests us, a couple of nerds, and we definitely want to, we are always talking about pop culture things that interest us together, and we thought we'd share it with all of you.
The world.
Since Halloween's coming up, I think next week.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
It's like in 10 days?
Yeah,
Less? 9 days?
Something like that. We've been we always take the month of October and usually just kind of dedicate all to horror movies, scary movies, maybe some movies we've seen in the past.
Sort of ritually watch every year. Some things that have more recently come into our, catalog, like Trick or Treat, which is obviously, pretty popular, or,
That's like a must. It's like we have to watch that every year.
Yeah, definitely. And, what else? There's a couple of, newer things that we try to watch pretty much every year. Service Shudder, which we actually probably will jump on because they have, a free 14-day trial. We'll probably actually jump on that
it's
within the next day or
basically
so.
Netflix, but just for horror movies?
Well, I heard about it on the Nerdist, and they were talking about it because apparently, Elijah Wood is, a huge horror fan, which is awesome. Elijah Wood is awesome. And so he was talking about how everything is kind of curated, and it's really excellent. And I looked into it, and it doesn't have, a huge amount of things so far, but it definitely has some really cool movies that aren't necessarily on Netflix, and they have a lot more curated lists.
Seems cool.
It's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Do we have to spend money?
Yeah, it's it's the same price as I think a Netflix subscription or close to it. They do have a 14-day trial, so if you want to try it out, now was the time because it's, close to Halloween time.
Maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
try that in a few days or so. But we did see a scary movie today, which we're big fans of Eli Roth, director of Cabin Fever, Hostel. So Chris discovered this movie that apparently he shot a while ago. Or
I didn't discover. I mean, it's been
I didn't
all
know
over
it,
the
though.
place, but it's The Green Inferno, and it's Eli Roth film. It was made in 2013, but the distributor for it actually went under at the time, so it's sort of been sitting in limbo for about 2 years. It's Eli Roth, and he did Hostel, and he did obviously Cabin Fever and things like that. So
going in, you already know.
Yeah, it's going to be a little gory, and there's going to be some choice subject material.
I just remember you showed me the trailer, and I was sold.
Yeah,
I was like, let's watch this.
It's pretty cool
now.
It's a good movie. I think, right? You enjoyed it.
I did. It definitely is not unlike any horror film I had seen. It's kind of taking a different approach to the genre. And for anybody who doesn't know the plot, basically a couple college students decide to take it upon themselves to go save a certain part of a rainforest in South Africa. And, during their conquest, a plane crashes, and some of the natives get a hold of them. The trailer
There's
in the description down below.
Yeah, a link to it.
So you can link to it if you want to watch it.
There's definitely a gory element to the movie. I don't
Because
think so either.
Going in, they kind of set you up for certain things that you think you're gonna see.
Yeah, I would
some lady
I would definitely
bits being
say
cut
though,
off
don't
and-
spoil anything.
He's targeting the activists and kind of
Absolutely, I
making
agree.
them the villain rather than the cannibal, South American tribe.
Yeah.
Which is what, going in you believe is the real enemy. But once you kind of see the group transforming, you kind of already are saying, I kind of think I know where this director's going.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was definitely a very interesting movie. I wouldn't put it in my top, 10 horror movies of all time.
No.
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily better, in my opinion, than Cabin Fever, which, was one of his earliest movies and made a really interesting statement in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely a new horror movie that is worth watching this Halloween.
I mean, if you're a horror fan, you're going to love it, no matter what.
The other one we watched together was Final Girls.
That movie was
really
great.
excellent.
I had once again, did it come out It was like a sort of really small release because
it was a super limited release.
And how did you find out about it? Did you find the trailer like on YouTube or?
I think no. It was something that was they were talking about having somebody come out for New York Comic Con, and they were going to do a panel for it, I guess. So I watched the trailer from there, and it was actually really good. And we ended up watching it, and it was pretty great. It was
loved
hilarious. The cast that dealt with the comedy aspect very well.
It definitely pays homage to the horror family. I get a lot of influence from Cabin in the Woods or Scream. Like it's sort of like movies like that.
Well, Cabin in the Woods is influenced by a lot of other movies. It's also nice because if you're a Halloween fan. And you know anything about like the Friday the 13th series or the 80s, like the nostalgic 80s sort of slasher era where those horror movies were huge, it's actually really great to watch because I think it gives you a lot of different aspects of that are very funny and pay tribute to those things in a very humorous way.
Just the way we kind of laugh at like old 80s horror films.
Yeah.
It pays homage to that.
It's PG-13, so I mean it's actually pretty safe. I actually personally wouldn't have minded it being a little gorier or like having a little more anything like that.
You know what I just realized between the two movies, The Green Inferno and The Final Girls, each like I think they do. It's kind of like a given with like horror films that the girl who's not as sexually active or, the so-called virgin is sort of like the hero of the whole film. And both had different plays on that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, you were pointing it out to me during the movie too, which I thought was really cool.
So anyway, those are our Halloween picks for now. We'll probably do another video maybe a couple days before Halloween if you're looking for anything else.
Yeah, with new things
to watch.
We'll try not to, go delve too much on the older stuff because I feel like if you...
Because you've probably already seen it.
You've probably seen it.
But we like to watch stuff that, you're probably not going to be seeing in theaters that you probably can watch at home right now. Yeah, those are our picks. If you come up with anything that we've missed, please tell us. We love to watch everything. Just comment below and let us know some of your Halloween favorite TV shows and movies, and we'll check them out. Anyway, my name's Erica.
I'm Chris.
And we'll see you next time. Later.